What's up here? Boom, Bernie's in the house at 12:50. How you doing there, Bernie? Hopefully Mickey will hop in here. Got the invite in the private chat, but it's mainly for me and Nikki to do our collab. Okay, if he doesn't show up, that's fine. Forgot to give him a call yesterday because my wife decided last night we needed to go to our niece's house later this afternoon. I had to start a little bit early. Hope you all are doing well today. Oh, I don't have any Fairfields. No Fairfields till I get my if I get a replenish from Jason. I don't know when that. And I did get free your PayPal, so I'll be getting your package ready. And if not this week, sometime next week, I will be getting that out to you, just so you are aware there. I will do that. And then the next ones I'm waiting on, I'm just waiting on the payments for Faith Family and Sports and for cards in my car with Arpo Saga. Once I get those in, I'll get the packages ready and send them off. So, without further ado, this is what I'll do each and every week. We'll give you the weekly update of the status board of the standings of the teams. So, we got the American League East. Yankees are on top, followed by the Red Sox, Toronto Blue Jays, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Baltimore Orioles. In the Central Division for the American League, we got the Tigers in first place, followed by the Guardians, Kansas City Royals, Minnesota Twins, and Chicago White Sox. And wow, finally, I can put my Mariners up on first place in the West, followed by the Astros, Oakland, well, not Oakland Athletics, but the Athletics, the Las Vegas Athletics, or whatever they're going to end up calling themselves next. Texas Rangers and the Angels. Then we go to the National League, the East Division, the Mets, followed by the Phillies, the Braves, the Nationals, and the Marlins, followed by the Central, the Cubs, the Brewers, the Reds, the Cardinals, and the Pirates. And then with the West, the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, the D-backs, and the Rockies. Okay, so without further ado, I'll put our standing board away. And we will go through a couple people in here so we can make this a little bit more fun now. I did a different type layout with the next group of cards to go into my Hall of Fame sorting that we're doing. So again, for those that haven't been here, this is episode number 6 with Don and Mickey. And I'll try and keep an eye out there and see when Mickey joins in with us if he does. And if not, I'll go solo. That'll work too. But I want to try and get through at least these 7 top loader boxes here. But I will do by choice here. Looked like Bernie was in here first. I think he's still in the background, maybe before he heads off to work or something. We got this will be box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So go ahead and pick a box there, Bernie, which you would want me to sort first. Then what I'll do is after we go through what's in the box, then I'll turn the camera around real quick. I'll show you what we do. Turn the camera to my FaceTime from my computer, and then I will sort them by alphabetical order here. So we'll just go through the cards first. We'll go through. You said box 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you like this one with the Nestle here, huh? We'll do box 5 for okay. So yeah. So I'll take these out, show you guys these with the webcam on the camera up above there. Camera up above. We'll go through all the cards in this box. This box will show up down here as being emptied. Actually, I'll probably put it like that. Emptied. So then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 left. All right? So, try to think. No, I'll just hold them here. I'll bring a little handful up to the camera, bring it up closer here so we can see it. So this is a Nestle Golden Arrow Walter Johnson card. This one is from 1987 Topps chewing gum set. We got Walter Johnson. We got Carl Hubble. We got a Pee Wee, Jim Gillum. This is a 1987 TCMA set, Brooklyn Dodgers. These ones didn't have card numbers on them. I guess they were just greatest hits. Then we got Roy Campanella, Gil Hodges. We've got a Jimmy Fox. This one is I want to say it's Circle K. Circle K, 1985. Okay. Followed by Harmon Killebrew, Lou Gehrig, Willie McCovey, Reggie Jackson. We got Hoyt Wilhelm, pitcher for the New York Giants. This is from these are all penny sleeve, 1977 TCMA set. Followed by Stan the Man Musial, Pee Wee Reese. Then we got the 1953 Most Valuable Players, Al Rosen, Campanella. Campanella is the Hall of Famer. Wait a minute, Al Rosen? Where did I put my list over here? Sorry. This way I gotta set something aside. Let me get my Hall of Famer master list out here, just so I have a reference point here. Because on this one, we've got Al Rosen. I think Rosen is, I know Campanella is. Nope, Rosen is not. So it's just a single. I was going to slap it in with the doubles. We got a Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford. We've got the batting average leader, Nomar Garcia Parra, but Larry Walker with the Rockies is the Hall of Famer. Are you getting echoes today still? Hello, Don. Early today. It's 5 in the morning. Who said that? Weird echoes. You shouldn't be getting any weird echoes unless you've got something else in the background there. Anyone else getting the echoes? Boom, slangs in the house. Hey, down there, Mickey. Sorry, I went a little early. God is great. It's saying he's getting more echoes. There's Mickey. How you down there, Mick?
All right.
Hey.
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what all these questions are. Trying to connect my chat so I can comment in the chat. There we go. Yo. All right. All good?
Yeah, I think so. I think some are saying they're hearing it.
Yeah, they must have something else turned on somewhere in the background. As soon as I came into StreamYard and I had my YouTube up, I was getting that echo and feedback. So I turned my YouTube off and just have StreamYard up and running.
Okay.
What did I miss so far? We started early today, didn't you?
Yeah, my wife. We got to go to my niece's house later this afternoon. So she.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. Maybe it's me. Let me see if it's.
And Larry Walker.
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
glasses off. Don't need them right now.
Let me check.
I'm going to be reading something, which I'm sure I will be.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Hello, everyone out there. Bernie H. God is great. What's going on? Who else is out there? I know there's more of you out there.
no, no. Back over here. I think that's what I got there. I have my StreamYard Studio going and my YouTube on my Mac. Now I won't get the echo. The echo should be cleared up now. All right, so let's continue in this stack I'm working on here as Mickey gets situated. What you doing? Filling up your Mountain Dew there?
I got to get my liquid refreshment.
There we got a Vladimir Guerrero, Greg Maddux. Oh, everybody likes the Warren Spahn, right? That one, the puzzle one. Oh, there's another one. Nope, that one's Carl Yastrzemski.
What is the Yastrzemski?
89 Don Russ. Jim Rice, 87 Don Russ. Ted Simmons, 88. Tony Perez. Make sure I'm not missing inserts. I'm separating those out now. Went through a whole process. Oh, there you go. To one. Joe Morgan, Carl Yastrzemski, Nolan Ryan, Pudge Rodriguez with the bazooka. There's Nolan Ryan. That's part of that little set, right?
Yep, Home Run Heroes or something like that.
There we go, Nolan Ryan. Looney
Speedy
Tunes,
Gonzalez.
Baseball Heroes, and that's another one. 16 of 18.
There you go, Baseball Heroes, yeah.
Ozzie Smith, 1973 flashback. Look, it gets separated out. Let me find a spot for now. I'll set them off to the side here, my inserts. Then we've got the Sports Flicks, Eddie Murray and Kirby Puckett. Followed by a Don Sutton, Bert Blyleven,
Birthday Blyleven.
Ozzie Smith, and Phil Negro. All right. And then, of course, we got the Dennis Eckersley, Kirby Puckett, John Schmaltz, Diamond King, Breakout Kings. This one's got the who's on Ryan and Clemens. Of course, Clemens, as far as he's concerned, he's done with the Hall of Fame, he said.
Yeah.
Felt with his Christian stance, he was getting singled out and set aside. So we'll see if the Veterans Committee might put him in down the road. Who knows? I know he's done with the Hall of Fame induction through the voting system, right?
Probably.
From what I've heard, yeah.
I thought Kurt Schilling was the one that was being kind of ostracized because of his beliefs.
Oh, Schilling. Maybe it was Schilling I'm thinking of.
Yeah, not too much Clemens. Clemens just PED'd himself. PED'd his way out.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me turn the volume up so I can hear you a little bit better. Shouldn't get the feedback right.
Legend. Only God knows, right? For sure.
300 game winner there for Ryan. And then we got Roberto Alomar. These are classic 91s. Tony Gwynn, Ricky Henderson, George Brett, a Leaf. I've been working on my Leafs a little bit. This is the 1990 Leaf. I've got the complete sets now for the 90, 91, and 92 Leaf sets.
Nice.
The Alan Trammell, Tim Raines. There's Edgar Martinez. Edgar, as we say in Seattle. Dennis Eckersley, John Schmaltz, Barry Larkin, Ryan Sandberg. And we got the classic 1990 yellow Ryan Sandberg.
Check that back. See if it's got a green back on it. Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
That's got the blue back. Yeah.
It's a different. Yeah, it's a different yellow anyway. That's not the same yellow.
Yeah. There's the
It's
same
purple.
set. That's the yellow. That's the blue. Then it's got I call it the two different blues, the dark blue and the light blue.
Ah, that might actually be a thing too. You're right.
Then we got the National League Hit Kings. That is Clark and Gwynn, Tim Raines, Kirby Puckett, Roberto Alomar, Robin Yount, Ozzie Smith, Lee Smith, John Schmaltz. There's the pink, or I guess it's supposed to be red. I don't know.
Pink.
Pinkish color.
George Brett.
Yep. Not quite the color difference on that one. Wade Boggs, Burt Blyleven, Craig Biggio, Harold Baines, Carlton Fisk, Andre Dawson. There's the yellow Gary Carter. Blue back. There's the foursome. I don't know. Frank Viola, Texas Heat, which is the Ryan on there and the Chipper Jones and the Don Mattingly. So this has two Hall of Famers on it. That goes in a double for now. Might never know. Might graduate up. Yeah, I was going through some other stuff, and I ended up finding a 2025 Hall of Famer that I was surprised I found. Oh, I got a card of his now. I know I got them in my card somewhere. You know, an older veteran guy that gets put into the Hall of Fame, and then you got to try and find all his cards.
Yeah.
And then Barry Larkin, Tony Gwynn, Tom Glavine, and the yellow Randy Johnson, blue back. That takes care of that box. If you wanted to share anything, Nick, or whatever you want to go for,
Well, I just happen to have a box of Hall of Famers here, but nothing really special that I'm putting away. These are actually cards that are gonna go into my store next.
Oh, there you go.
But I got a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of separated them out by manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
So let's see how my camera wants to act.
Johnson.
Okay, well, there's the camera. Let's see if I can... So we got the 82 Fleer, Nolan Ryan. If I can get it just a little bit closer for everyone. There's the Nolan Ryan with little hash marks for all his strikeouts.
Ticking up his strikeouts there, huh?
Yep, throwing heat. How about a Greg Maddux? Pudge Rodriguez. Kirby Puckett. Jack Morris. Here's a couple Cal. All right. 21-30 consecutive games. There's another Pudge. Here's a base Nolan Ryan. Oh, let me get on my camera. There we go. Now I can see better. Here I'm looking at the wrong frame. And there's another Nolan bringing the heat. Another Cal. Another Cal. Here's Frank Thomas. People like these art cards. They're pretty cool. He's got some kind of bomb in his bat. So, you know, dynamite. More Pudge. More Pudge. And these all came out of a lot that I bought recently for $500. And I separated out like all the Hall of Famers and fan favorites and stuff like that. So got those two again. Here's a junior, Ken Griffey Jr. Here's Alan Trammell, Fred McGriff, Crown Dog, Tom Glavine, Goose, Kirby again. There's Ricky setting a record, stolen base record. There's Harold Baines. the Wizard. And then you were showing your, was that the 90 Leaf, 89 Leaf? Here's
I think that's 90, 91.
these are 1990. So you had the
Oh, the
89
90s.
or 1990. So these are 91. Yes. So you had the 90. These I think are 91s the next year or whatever. They made them similar with the
That's right.
same similar borders, silver borders, but that's the Edgar. There's the original Pudge, Carlton Fisk. Mr. George Brett, Goose again. Nice landscape card of Goose. Dave Parker, new Hall of Famer. Oh, Rigetti, what's he doing in there? He's not a Hall of Famer. Get him out of there. George Brett, Gary Carter, Alan Trammell, landscaped. Like maybe Dante Bichette getting out at second base. Another Carter. There's a Paul Molitor with the Brewers. Parker again. There's the Spitter. Robbie Alomar. Winfield. Robbie Trammell. Jack Morris with the Twins. Carlton Fisk again. Paul Molitor. Oh, I want to see something here. Did I miss something? Yes, I did. So now I got a hunch. So when I saw this Molitor here, and there's another Molitor from the same set, one of these has got to be a promo. Oh, and there it is.
Yeah.
Preview card. So there's the promo. There's what they settle. So this is what, like, hey guys, what do you think about this card here? Like, oh, that's a great card. I like it, right? Like, nah, we're gonna go with something totally different. Yeah, let's just go with this instead. We're gonna settle on this photo. Carlton Fisk, Jack Morris, Trammell again, Alomar, Winfield, Alomar, Parker, George Brett, McGriff, the Wizard of Oz, Ricky Henderson. That's our first time seeing Ricky. First seeing Biggio, Smoltzy, Yount. First time seeing Tony Gwynn, and Andre Dawson, the Hawk, and Dave Parker. Now, Andre Dawson was not the first one called the Hawk, though, in baseball. First one that I'm aware of is a guy named Ken Harrelson or something like that. He was called the Hawk because of his nose, actually. He had a big proboscis, whatever, his nose. Schnozbox. And then we've got a 92 score of Bagwell, Frank Thomas, Nolan Ryan, Boggs, Nolan Ryan. There's Ricky loading up on the bases.
Oh, yeah. The Dream Team cards.
Yep. ×2 for Ricky. And here's the World Series card. Jack Morris got the MVP. So the Twins must have won that one. So they won a couple World Series back in the early 90s. You ready to go some more, or are you?
Oh, you can go ahead and finish a few.
Okay.
Pop in the chat here, and then I'll have somebody pick the next round.
Okay. So we got Randy Johnson ×2. Like I said, oh, I just sold a card. Cha-ching. I don't know if that came across. Boggs again. Edgar Martinez. Now they had these cards here. You see Hannes Wagner there. Not sure who that one is. But these were for the Pirates, so they were for supposedly like uniforms representing, someone for the Pirates. Probably the Hannes Wagner uniform. And Columbus, that would be the Lou Gehrig, because he went to Columbia, I should say. And there's a Gehrig card right there. Is Gowdy, I believe it is. Dream Team, Boggs, Dream Team, Gwynn, Detroit, that would be a Ty Cobb, and I'm sure that's a top Ty Cobb card right there. The Browns, that would be Satchel Paige, maybe. Not sure. It says who it is. I'm not going to just look at it. And they had these big head cards, all stars. Smith, Larkin, Gwynn. There's a dream team. Biggio, multiple exposures. There's Biggio himself on his base card. Puckett's Babe Ruth card. Yeah, babe. What? I'm live with Don. I'm doing my weekly live with Don Blumdahl. All right. Hey, take over. I gotta go see what the wife wants.
Okay. Oh, sorry, knocked my bell down. All right, I put it in the chat there. Choose the next box from the chat. That is great if you're able to. If not, whoever puts the post in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 still available. Then we'll get into the next round. Turn this around. The camera here to webcam. And again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 is available. Bernie says box 1. That'll work. We'll pull box 1 out and go through this box. Okay. That's it right there. Put the empty box in its spot. Right. Ooh. Got a whole bunch of these. Gonna see a lot of repeats in this stack, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Got the 2020 Topps inserts. We've got the Decade's Best Andre Dawson. Uh-oh, Steve Carlton's in here, but there's. That's why I feel sicker, because it's a chrome version. Forgot about those. And then the Oakland Athletics team. Eckersley's on the jumping out on that card there. And then we got the Tom Glavine, Jeff Bagwell, Andre Dawson, Don Sutton, Ralph Kiner, Brady Ford, 1, 2 of those, Sandy Koufax, Corey Wilhelm, Fergie Jenkins, 1, 2 of those, Bill Necro, Hank Aaron, Carl Yastrzemski again. Then we got Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, 1, 2 of those. Orlando Cepeda, Roberto Clemente. Oh, wow. This is going to be a quick box to go through. About half of it, that's for sure. Eddie Murray, Carlton Fisk, Andre Dawson, 2 of them. Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Rod Carew, 2 of them. Steve Carlton, Tom Seaver, Jim Rice, Willie Stargell, Rod Carew, Joe Morgan. Oh, that's a short print version. That's the blue Joe Morgan. You can see these two side by side. It's the regular card there and the blue one on the right. It's pretty cool. Let's set the short print version aside. Got mixed in here. Reggie Jackson, Mike Schmidt, Hank Aaron. Then we got the 1980s here. Nolan Ryan, Jack Morris, 2 of them. Goose Gossage, Bruce Sutter, Dennis Eckersley. Then we got the 2000s, Randy Johnson, 3 of them. Pedro Martinez, 2 of them. And there, that got through all the Decade's Best from 2020. And then we got a few more cards in here, and then I'll be flew through this round. Martinez, Randy Johnson, got a Top Stadium Club, Randy Johnson. Then we got Mays 600th home run levels the Padres. Mays makes historic catch. Mays traded to the New York Mets. Then we got special report, Ivan Rodriguez with the Rangers. Global impact, Edgar Martinez. Followed by another Edgar Martinez upper deck, Ken Griffey Jr. Dennis Eckersley, Wade Boggs, Strike Force. What is this one?
Mariano Rivera.
Yeah. Trying to think what set that was from. I can't say it's
Upper deck, down in the bottom right corner.
Yeah. Right. Then we got some couple of Babe Ruths, 2 Honus Wagners, Tony Gwynn, 2 of them, 1 Frank Thomas, a Greg Maddux, 2 of them guys, Greg Maddux, and the Greg Maddux Award winners.
Nice.
I don't know if that's stacked there. This blue. Set aside with that one. All right. Let me switch the camera around here. There we go.
All right. Maybe some cards that some people may have never seen before. We got a Trevor Hoffman here. It's Skybox Thunder. There's the backs. How about a Fred McGriff? Tom Glavine. Mike Piazza. My nemesis, Pedro Martinez.
He's your nemesis?
Oh, yeah, he's my nemesis. Jim Thome. How about Vladdy Daddy? Greg Maddux, the professor. Bagwell. Larry Walker. Ricky Henderson. Big Papi. David Ortiz. Robbie Alomar. John Smoltz. Billy Wagner. Mike Messina. Biggio. Larkin. Adrian Beltre. And then we got Pacific Invincible is Tony Gwynn. Frank Thomas. Vladdy Daddy. Chippa. Another Frank Thomas. Greg Maddux. Then we're switching to another Pacific product. We've got Trevor Hoffman. Private Stock, I believe it says. Private Stock. So thicker card, but still pretty cool. Got some shininess to it. Edgar Martinez. Another Vladdy Daddy. Molitor. Robbie Alomar. Eckersley. Schmaltz. Then we're switching to the 97 Fleer. And John Smoltz. Eddie Murray. Biggio. We've got a checklist of Paul Molitor. Jim Thome. Billy Wagner. Mike Messina. Edgar Martinez. Edgar Got Barry Larkin. And it says All-Star 1996 All-Star card. Fred McGriff All-Star card. Andre Dawson. Here's Robbie Alomar, Landscaped. The second Billy Wagner card. Second Andre Dawson card. And then we've got some Fleer Ultra 94 All-Star card, Pudge Rodriguez and Johnny Schmaltz. You be up, Don.
Mm-hmm. Very.
Yep, Barry's here. Love that Bagwell card. Skybox Baseball is underrated. There you go. They're probably more known for the basketball.
See a basketball?
No, I'm just saying Skybox basketball too.
No.
Oh, I had 2 cards sell. Well, there you go. I don't know if you heard that cha-ching, but I'm like, yeah. I just looked and my computer showed the sale before my phone registered the sale.
No. There you go. Very good and choose either 2, 3, 4, 6, or 7. Choose a number. The next one I'll pull out the round here. If he's still here. It was only a couple minutes ago. He might be still hanging out. Okay, anybody can choose a round. Choose a round. Box 2, 3, 4, 6, or 7. Bernie H says number 7 this time with the Willie Mays on top. There we go. Say hey, kid. Right. Let me turn the camera around. I should have did that before when I was going through pointing at them. Boom. All right. Let's go through this next round here real quick. We got Willie Mays, Top Stadium Club. Mel Ott, Sparky Anderson, Willie Mays, Top Chrome, Lou Bordeaux, Willie Stargell. Got Grand Gamers. We got Mike Schmidt. These all backwards. Turn them around the right way. There we go. Bob Feller, George Brett, Ted Williams, Jackie Robinson, Ryan Sandberg, Mike Schmidt. Those are Grand Gamers inserts. So let me separate these out real quick here. Top. Okay. Followed by Adrian Beltre, Ozzie Smith, Todd Helton, Alan Trammell, and turned back to the clock with Maury Wills.
Maury Wills.
Okay. Got another handful here. Got Cal Ripken Jr., 10th anniversary player of the decade. Bruce Sutter, Dave Winfield, All-Star. Tom Glavine, All-Star. Nolan Ryan Allen Ginter, 2022. Roberto Clemente. There's a Derek Jeter. Which was a set from 2011. Mike Piazza, Donruss 21. David Ortiz, Ozzie Smith. Willie McCovey, Donruss 91. Edgar Martinez. Reggie Jackson. Paul Molitor, 84 tops. Ted Simmons, 84 tops. Tony Perez with the Reds. Donruss, 86. George Brett Leaf. This is the 92 Leaf. Paul Molitor, 87. Ryan Sandberg, 87. Alan Trammell. Herbie Puckett, Dave Winfield, Jim Rice, Jeff Bagwell is the 92. And then Mike the Leaf, then the Mike Schmidt, and the Robin Young.
Yeah, Eddie Murray, not Jackson. Dragon fan Tim said. Never mind. Go ahead, keep on.
Oh, maybe I said it wrong.
Yeah, I didn't even pick it up. So
Yeah, Randy Johnson, Upper Deck MVP with the Braves MVP. Greg Maddox, Gibson, Murray, Schmaltzy, 10 consecutive strikeouts. Tom Seaver, Ivan Rodriguez, Bud Rodriguez, Pacific Crown. Pacific Crowns. Oh, we got 2 cards in here. I just caught that. So, wait a minute. The back's different. That's a Topps card. That's an Andre Dawson. Wrigley Field and the Pacific Crown. That's a Pacific Trading Card Company was a local company from Linwood, Washington. It's like 1, 2, 3 towns south of me. One towards Seattle. But they're out of business now. Set that up there. That comes in. Then we got a Bob Feller. This is a reprint card from 2014. Monty Irvin. That's the throwback cards too. This one's 2014, I think. Ozzie Smith, 65 years of Topps baseball. Bobby Doerr, Rod Carew, Jackie Robinson, and then we got Brian Sandberg, 2013.
72 design.
One more round here of some of the mosaic cards here. Randy Johnson stars, Ryan Sandberg, 80s, George Brett, Robin Yount, Nolan Ryan, 1990 stars, mosaic, Larry Walker, Mariano Rivera, and Randy Johnson. Oh, that one. All right. Let me switch the camera around. Switch over here to Mickey.
With that 1080p camera looks good, Boomslang. You're so clear. Well, thank you. And that right now, this is just my webcam that's built into the
computer,
the laptop. Yeah, but the 360 right here,
right?
This one here is probably what he's referring to.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, okay. When you're showing the cards and stuff.
There it is. Let's put it to the group. Is there anybody out there that wants to look at any specific player cards? Since I have mine set up by player, if I have them set up, I can grab a stack and we can go through them. So something for you guys to think about. Why Donald's putting them away. Anyone can type in there. The first one to type something, I'll try to go find that card, that box with that player in, because I have mine right now set up like that.
There we go.
Barry Bonds. There we go. Okay, Barry Bonds. I got Barry Bonds. Oh. Let's pull the berries. Now this is just a little bit. I've got probably 1,500 Barry cards total in this box. I got like a row and a half. So a lot of them are going to be like I have dupes and trips and quads and even in the 20s and 30s of one card, 40s, 50s, 100 of one card. So let's just get into this real quick. I gotta raise the camera up. All right. So we'll start out with, let's just move this out of the way. We got this Barry Bonds and Jason Giambi relic card. It's a winning SPX winning materials, game used uniforms of, again, Bonds and Giambi from Upper Deck. It is not numbered, however. So it's, they probably ran off like 1,000 of them. We have Barry Bonds, Upper Deck, The Big Show. Then we've got, looks like a little box here. Let me bring it back down so everyone can see it. We got a little box here, and I'm showing the cards upside down. Sorry about that. So let's see what's in here. Oh, so this is some kind of set because this Frank Thomas has got a number on it. Ultra Performers. So this is a set, but it's got Barry Bonds on the top. And then there's a Juan Gunn and a Junior. And who's that? Eric Karros. Is that Lipstash? It is Pat Lipstash, who was a big deal back then. We got Maddox, David Need, who was like a #1 draft pick, Gary Sheffield, JT Snow, son of professional football player, Jack Snow, and there's the Frank Thomas. So they're all numbered. This is 25,209 out of, one of 25,209. So I don't know how many cards they printed of that set, but that was in there because I had the Barry Bonds. I wasn't 100% aware that it was actually a set. All right, more Barry Bonds real quick. Okay, we got the 89 Donruss. We've got the Topps from 96. Yeah, 96 Topps Barry Bonds. Bring it down a little bit more. We've got this Score Barry Bonds ×3. We got this Barry Bonds from Upper Deck. Another Score Barry Bonds. Oops, keep it on the screen. We've got this Clear Premium Barry Bonds. We've got this Topps. Don't know what they call it, but it's an embossed card. That's Barry Bonds. Here's a Barry Bonds Pinnacle. Select 95 certified. Select certified Barry Bonds. We've got the 7-Eleven Citgo Fleer card. The regular cards had a green border. Here's a O-Pee-Chee Premier Barry Bonds. A 92 Stadium Club Bonds. 91 Donruss. 90 Fleer. 89 Fleer Barry Bonds. We've got the Bowman, 89 Bowman Barry Bonds. I have to get through some of these real quick. How about this Barry Bonds, the Topps Bigs? They made 3 series of that, and they made them for like 3 years. Here's another one, Barry Bonds. Here's another Barry Bonds. Got my thumbs in the way. And then we've got Barry Bonds. And I think you've already seen that Barry. And we've got a 90 Topps. Or is that 91? 91 Topps, because it's 40 years of Topps. Barry Bonds. We've got some 89 Topps Barry Bonds. Is Team Checklist Barry Bonds. There's the 92 Fleer regular issue Barry Bonds in the green border. Here's a Stadium Club Barry Bonds. Another one, Barry. There's a Leaf Bonds. Here's a 92 Topps Bonds All-Star, and there's the base. Here's a Studio Barry Bonds. Upper Deck checklist, team checklist card. Yeah, Barry Bonds. There's a 91 Upper Deck Barry Bonds sliding into whatever base. About some 91 score, the franchise, Barry Bonds, Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, Bernie. Is he at 2, 3, 4, and 6? 3. We'll do 3 next. That's for Bernie. Go ahead. You keep going.
Barry Bonds, big head. Before he became a big head in real life, they made a future image of Barry swollen head Bonds. And real quick, we'll flip through these. Here he is, award winner Barry Bonds. 91 base score. The MVP, Bonds. And the 90 Donruss Bonds. There you go. Here's a Barry Bonds 1990 Classic. I don't know. Did you show that one? Oh, no, you didn't because he's not a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah.
And there's the 90 Bonds version. And there's the 2 different colors.
Got a bunch of those, though.
Yeah. We've got the 90 Bowman. We got the 89 Topps Barry. And we'll turn it back over to you, Don.
Right.
All right.
I put it in the chat, and Bernie chose box 3. So that's what we got. Box 2, 4, and 6 left after this, but we'll go through these real quick here. I got this is from the Ultimate 54 series that Topps put out. I think it was like in the 90s or something when they put these out. But Gil Hodges got 2 of those. They had the basic versions like these, and then they had the short print, which were the gold version where the signature was in gold, and then the team emblem was in gold.
The logos, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got some of those. I call them the short print versions. They're in a separate sort. That's what I've been doing since last week's thing, is going through all my boxes here. Now I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 Hall of Fame sort boxes that have cards in them now, in alphabetical order and stuff. So 2 of these we got. And then we got a Juan Marichal, Topps Chrome. 2 of them, Greg Maddux, Andre Dawson, Vladimir Guerrero, Hank Aaron. These are, what year is this Topps product? 22 Topps. So this is probably like a heritage set or something, I'm guessing. Hank Aaron, we got the Raleigh Fingers, 77 through 81, Reggie Jackson card. Tony Gwynn, MVP. Tim Raines. Donruss 88 with Eckersley. Fred McGriff, Crime Dog. Carlton Fisk. Sutton. Bagwell, Upper Deck Choice. Greg Maddux. Then we got these are 85s, right? Yeah, 85. Dave Winfield. Followed by another Dave Winfield. This is the 1990. Wade Boggs, 93. 87 Winfield. 90 Donruss Gossage. 2017 throwback Gossage. Mariano Rivera.
Ooh, cheater.
Then we got Bowman, Mariano Rivera. Here's this 83? No, 93. 93. 93 Topps All-Star, Matt Williams, and Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. Dave Winfield, 90 score. Donruss, 94. Wade Boggs. Bowman, 94. There's Winfield with the Yankees. Wade Boggs with the Yankees score. Another Wade Boggs. Phil Niekro, 85, Yankees. Dave Winfield, still with the Yankees. Dave Winfield, Yankees. Wade Boggs. Score, I think this is 98. Say 96 in the 90s there. Dave Winfield, 89. Wade Boggs. 93 Topps All-Star, Glavine and Key. Wade Boggs. Mariano Rivera with the Yankees. Wade Boggs. There's a Okay. Who's that? That's Wade Boggs, right? Yankees triple play. Back when I didn't mind the design of triple play back in the day. Some of their designs they come up with it later on, I didn't like as much. Wade Boggs, Don Russ, Wade Boggs. Must be a Wade Boggs group in here. Yep. Top Stadium Club, Wade Boggs. Mike Mussina, first edition. 2008. Wade Winfield, 88. Don Russ Diamond King Winfield. 89 Don Russ Winfield. Score. 89. Winfield. Don Russ Grand Slammers. 1988 Leaf Don Russ, basically. Ricky Henderson, 88. Joe Torre. Imagine that. Manager. Mariano Rivera. Bunch of Mariano Rivera's in here. There we got Rivera still. Mariano Rivera. There we go. Goose Gossage. Then and now from 72 to 83. Of course, in the 72 version, he's nice, clean cut hair for the most part, except for his sideburns. I think. Or is that trees in the background? Probably. And then, of course, he's sporting his big old beard and stuff. And that big mustache of his. Like the best of cards, just got a little stain on her front and stuff. Then you could see his in this one. So these are both the same year, but two different products, the Opa-Chi and the Topps. So there we go for that box. Let me turn the camera again. You'll be up next there, Mickey.
Alrighty. Trying to get stuff together where there's no repeats, but here we go.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. So we had a request for Derek Jeter. So here we go. Switching it up. All right. Let's get everything in focus again. Derek Jeter. And I'm not going to try to tell you what year. We're just going to go through the cards, let the guys see the cards in case they have never seen that Jeter before. That's a young looking Jeter there. Very young. Right here.
Hmm.
Boink. Floating heads. Mickey floating head. Team leaders. Yeah, he's on there with the leaders down here in the corner. Here's a 35th anniversary. Mojo refractor. Or Mojo anyway. If it's a refractor, not yeah, it's a refractor. Mojo refractor.
My son is loving the Jeter cards. Oh, that's
Love
right.
the Jeter cards.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Bernie H's son is a Yankee fan.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. I should ask him if he has any Jeter Mariner cards. Jeter was with the Mariners, not long, but he was with the Mariners for a little bit.
No, that was A-Rod, right?
Or maybe it was A-Rod, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
A-Rod.
what I'm mixing him up with.
Yeah, because they made a big deal about them two not being able to get along, and then A-Rod, they're both playing shortstop. When A-Rod went to New York, he had to be moved to third base, which was a good move for him because he weren't going to let him take Jeter's spot. Jeter was the captain.
Right, yeah. Well, he was for the longest time, too.
Yeah, after Thurman Munson, then was
Basically until he retired.
Bernie Williams, and then Derek Jeter, and nobody for the longest time until Aaron Judge.
Right.
Judge has been named. It was nobody for a while. Just like in between Munson, there was nobody until after a while, and they gave it to Bernie. This is a poster, 1997 poster of Jeter. I think I sent you some posters of A-Rod a while back. It's the same kind of thing. I have a bunch of landscape cards here. Let's just turn them. Then they won't be landscaped anymore. You watch. This is actually a see-through card. You can, if it wasn't for the reflection, you can see through the card.
You have asked for the acetate?
Yeah, it's plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, as soon as I say, oh, landscape, let's go, then they changed back. This is a little mini twin bill.
There you go. So we got 2, 4, or 6 next. Cards in my car with ours. Posada says 2 with the San Diego Padres. Goose Gossage on the top. Should kind of shuffle these down just a little bit so we can see.
Down here. Let's see if we can get through these real quick.
There we go. Oops. Right. going through next. Then we'll have two more after this. Two. Told I try to finish about 3 or so.
There you go. All right, Donald, you're up.
Okay. Ready to go through this box here. This top loader box. That's what I'll call them, the little top loader sleeves.
There you go. Top loader sleeve.
I save them always when I empty them so I can use them for like sorting boxes and stuff like that.
Right.
And then after I get way too much, then I start throwing the extras away. You can only save so much cardboard. Rich Goose Gossage, 88. Kirby Puckett. Paul Molitor. It's the 89s, right? And the Goose Gossage. Don Russ Diamond King, Fisk. Larry Walker. There we go. Top. Harold Baines. Gary Carter. Carlton Fisk. Harold Baines. Andre Dawson. I'm not going to do the years either. I'll just, most people might know what era they're from. Turn back to clock though. Gil Hodge, Whitey Herzog, manager there. Royals leaders, of course. Who's that, Mickey?
Who's what? That's Bo Jackson.
There we go. Jim Thome, Rod Carew, modern era. Nessel, Nellie Fox, Lou Gehrig, Rogers Hornsby, Jimmy Fox, McGriff, Crime Dog to 2021, Edgar Martinez, Randy Johnson.
Oh, am I?
Got the variation card snuck in here. Oh, and this one's got two. It's Willie Stargell as Willie Stargell and Willie Stargell as Pops, his nickname. That's when they started throwing the nicknames on some of the cards too. These are both variation cards because they're what they call the orange foil on the corners. All right, now we got Ivan Rodriguez, Mosaic, along with Jim Thome. We got the Hank Aaron Top Stadium Club, the Edgar Martinez, and we've got the short print, Dennis Eckersley. I guess it's a black and white sparkle. Pretty snazzy there. That one goes in a little top loader. When you get a chance. Okay. Go through this second part of the box here. Alan and Ginter Guerrero, Rivera, Sandy Koufax, Diamond King, Grover Cleveland, Joe Sewell. There's the Fleer Star Stickers, Gary Carter, Stan the Man Musial, Rainbow Foil. There you go. Jackie Robinson All-Star card. Alan Trammell with the Tigers. There we go. Another one. This is sometimes they'll stay on the back. Sometimes they don't. But this is definitely some type of wave card or whatever they call those with the little design in there. I can never tell. That one goes separate. Then we've got the Big Fly from Mosaic, Jim Thome. Early Win. Mike Piazza Collector's Choice base card. Kirby Puckett. Nolan Ryan. Roberto Alomar. Then we got the Performers Rookie of the Year, Mike Piazza. And we've got Pudge Rodriguez, Jim Thome, Ryan Sandberg, Lee Smith. These are, I think, 94 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. Yep, Bagwell, Puckett, Schmaltz, Dawson, Glavin, Biggio, Ryan, Eddie Murray, Pedro Martinez, Ozzie Smith, Jack Morris, Ricky Henderson, Frank Thomas, Dennis Eckersley, Trevor Hoffman, Harold Baines, Mike Mussina, Alan Trammell, Mike Piazza, Tim Raines. We've got some collector's choice here, 94s. Those are still 94s, but these are portraits or landscape style. Gwynn, Mike Piazza, So Sandberg. Ozzie Smith. Roberto Alomar. And the Houston Astros set, Jeff Bagwell. Dave Winfield. Larry Walker. Pedro Martinez. Greg Maddux. And the upper deck, Orlando Cepeda from the San Francisco Giants. That's a 94 upper deck. Boom. 2 more rounds to go after this one.
All right. So after the Derek Jeter request, there was also a Chipper Jones request. So we're going to go with
Oh, there we go, Chipper.
Chipper. Now, nothing compared to Adam's card closet when his Chipper Jones collection. So don't look for anything that spectacular. But these are just Chipper Jones cards.
Is he a big Chipper Jones fan?
He's got like the largest collection of Chipper Jones autographs in the world.
Oh, autographs.
And it's just Chipper Jones stuff, yeah, but he's a big Chipper collector.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like me with my Ken Griffey Jr. 5 binders, all different Griffies.
Yeah, I looked for my Jeter binder. It must be in the garage because I couldn't find it up here.
Mm.
That's where I had half his rookie cards in a binder and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going with Chippers. There he is with Maddux. Pretty nice card. Sandlot Stars. Infield Power. Big Fly Zone. The same card there. Ginner. It's a sticker from Upper Deck. And you might get more than one because that's just the way it goes. Prospect card. Sandlot Stars.
Right on.
Now I had one like this, but it was in purple, right? And it was numbered 10 of 10. And of course, I'm not a chipper collector, so I put it up on my eBay store and sold it for $100. It's a bookend, numbered to 10, $100. Just it didn't last like not even an hour, and it was gone off my store. But it was purple, not the base one there.
Probably that one there. You might have tried putting it up for an auction, see if you would have got more.
Yeah, true, but
sometimes I'll take a chance on ones that are sometimes higher end and say, okay, Like I did one. I sometimes I just this is weird. I choose it this way. I put it up, listed it up for $7.77. As
Hmm.
it did because it said it could go for between 15 to 20. I'm like, well, I'll just start it out at 777. See if and it only one person bid on it and took it for 777.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, oh well, no problem. I still made some money on the card.
Yeah, like that card came in like a lot that I bought off a guy for $150. So there was $100 right there. Boof, gone. Off of
Right.
the, trying to make your profit back. You buy stuff, you gotta be able to show a profit, or it wasn't worth buying it, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I didn't even buy it. I had that. It was, I find some of these cards sometimes when I'm sorting cards and stuff, and I'm like, oh, and I looked it up online, and I'm like, oh, let me see how much I can get for this one.
Yeah.
No loss for me. I didn't buy it. It was in my massive cards I'm still trying to sort through. Sometimes things get missed too when you buy like a bulk lot of cards from somebody, and you might find some hidden gems in there.
Or guys that make the Hall of Fame after they've been sorted out and
Right.
put away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Nice Fleer metal one here. There's a UC3, so it's like a three-dimensional card. You can see the
UC3 cards are pretty sharp.
Right. The people are in the background are moving as you flip the card. Chipper's not moving; it's the background that's moving, which is unusual because usually it's the player that's moving. Here you can see the player is actually moving. Batting and fielding. Ready when you are, Donald. Just holler.
Yep, I'll be done in just a second here.
Okay.
And some of those where I had to flip to the back to make sure what player it went to. If I don't recognize the face in the picture quick. Okay, what do we got left? 2 and 6.
Gotta have someone pick.
Bernie. Wow, Bernie's picking most of the boxes. I guess nobody else is paying attention. They're just watching. Probably watching on background mode and listen to us talk. So there we go. We got this one. Then we'll have number 6 last. And I gotta reload between now and then for next week.
Okay, you're up.
All right. Switch around here. Dan Morrell. Webcam and be in the driver's seat now. I'll just scooch these all the way back now so we can. This will be the last one we'll do.
Did you say driver's seat?
Huh?
Did you just say driver's seat? In the driver's seat?
Yeah, in the driver's seat.
Sniffing the tears. Driver's seat song. Very popular song in the, I want to say, late 80s, early 90s.
Mhm.
Sniff and the Tears was like a one-hit wonder band.
Here we go.
Especially the name like that. It's no wonder.
2022 tops Allen and Ginter here, it looks like. We've got Glavin, Jenkins, Ted Williams, Tony Oliva, Dave Winfield, Bob Feller, Johnny Bench, Willie Mays, Frank Thomas. We got Wade Boggs, Bazooka, Eddie Collins, Legendary Cuts, SP, Robin Yount, scored 92, Ryan Sandberg, Big Ed, Alan Trammell. There we go. This one's Bob Feller and Satchel Paige. It's a Satchel Paige card, but talking about some of their stuff they have in the Hall of Fame that you can view and stuff. Lee Smith, Big Head. Craig Biggio. There's that Lou Gehrig, Columbia, and the Yankees. Dream Team. Tony Gwynn. Yep, Tony Gwynn. Jack Morris. And the Score Dream Team. Who's this, Mickey?
Boggs.
Yep. You got it. Wade Boggs. All right. There's Boggs again. Another one of those Lou Gehrig's. Tim Raines. There's a Mickey Mantle. And no, it's one of those reprint type card things. This is from a 2012 top set. I think this is when they started putting the card number 7 was reserved. Remember, for a while they just blocked it out and you couldn't have it. For a couple years they had it where you couldn't have a card 7 in the set.
To honor the Met.
If they didn't get the permission from the Mantle, what they call it, estate or something.
Yeah.
And who do we got here on this one? Hal Newhouser, Phil Necro. There's a Phil Necro. Heroes of Baseball, Leaf, Robin Yount, Don Russ. Puzzle card. Shows you what the puzzle looks like when you put it together. Cy Young, Topps Lineage. This was 2011 Topps. I guess they did a set, or a little set like this or something. Topps Lineage. Satchel Paige, Luminance. There's a Satchel Paige throwback card. Another Satchel Paige. Topps Heritage. Kirby Puckett. Brooks Robinson. Gaylord Perry. Brooks Robinson. All right. Now we've got Robin Roberts. Pee Wee Reese. Another Pee Wee Reese. Topps. Ivan Rodriguez. Rainbow Fall variation. Then we got an Ivan Rodriguez. Ivan. Then we got a Phil Necro here. Top Stadium Club. Members only. Top Stadium Club. Yes, sir, because those are short print. Paul Molitor, Mel Ott, Stadium Club, Satchel Paige, Topps Chrome, Tony Perez, Tony Perez, Jim Palmer, another Palmer. There's Jim Palmer during his Hall of Fame induction. Palmer. It works, or whatever works. Palmer, Jim Palmer, blue, order, fingerprint, and Topps rookie history for Jim Palmer, throwback card. That finishes off that one. One more to go after this.
Okay. I can just talk about eBay sales. How's that while you put them away?
That sounds good. We can do that.
Yeah, why not? So later on today, I'm going to put out my weekly sales video. Now, I started doing,
I said, okay.
Yeah. So last week I started to do, listen, I'm just going to do 2 weekly sales videos now. I'm going to do Monday through Thursday, and then the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm going to do, because the last video I did was a 3-hour-long video for sales. I'm like, that is way too long.
Must have had a lot of sales.
I also just, pull them out and I walk you over and I'll sleeve them up for you. And sometimes I'll go through the whole sleeving it up, enveloping and all that good stuff. Talk a little bit about the card, like where I bought it, what I paid for the lot, and how I'm trying to recuperate my investments. So if I paid for the one lot that I paid $150 for, I don't have a spreadsheet. I just got little bitty notes here that I take and keep on index cards. So the one lot that I paid $150 for, I have now sold $486 worth of cards out of that $150 investment. Now, obviously, eBay takes their cuts. And then we've already talked about supplies and shipping and all that. So that's why I figured I got to at least double it. And since I doubled it, I figured, let's just shoot for 500 on that. Once I reach 500, I'm going to stop tracking it. I know I made my money back on it. Everything else from here on out just gravy, right, on that. So I got a little bit more to go, like $15, $14 left to go. Now, the next lot I bought was $220 worth of cards. Now, out of that $220 investment that I made, I've already made back $394. So, but I got to get to, again, 440. I say double it, but I'll go to 500 on that, and then I'll stop tracking that because I know I've made more than enough to say I made a profit on that with everything considered. But for some reason, when I combined my bags in my filing cabinet over here, and I combined them to, put them in more in a bag together, the same cards, I miscalculated a number.
Oh.
And the number I miscalculated was the amount of cards I had. So, and then I had a sale on a card that I didn't have anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I'm like, so I'm like, dang, I don't want to tell the guy I don't have the card. Like, oh, I screwed up. Because you get a little ding on your thing for like, oh, canceling the sale or something. So I went to my local card shop. They didn't have it. I'm like, great. Okay. So I called another guy that I knew runs a card shop about 20 minutes away up on the Black Horse Pike. And I called him and I'm like, dude, I need this card here. And it was, it's one of those action-packed all-star cards, right? It was a series 1. It was one of these, right? This is what it is. It's just action-packed all-stars. Right? $1.99 sale. But it was one that I had sold all out of. And I was selling a rash. I don't know why I was selling so many. Like every one of my Bobby Shantz cards I had, whether it was from the 60s all the way up to the 90s, every one that I had was selling last month. Like they were just selling. I'm like, what's with Bobby Shantz? Why is everybody buying his card? You know? Well, and it popped up and I had another sale of one of these. And I'm like, I thought I sold all of them. Well, it says I have one. And I went and looked in my drawer. None. So I contacted the second card shop. And the guy said, give me an hour. I'll get back with you. He said, I'm not sure if I have any singles. He called me back and says, I have one, but it's in the set. It's in a complete set that I have, and I don't want to break the set. I said, that's fine. Whatever. What is it? I'll buy the set. $20. I'm like, all right, $20. For a $1.99 sale, I spent $20 to complete that transaction. So now, but I got that complete set. So now I have more cards of these to sell. And a lot of them aren't selling. Just certain ones are selling. The Willie Mays, you know, some of the bigger names. A lot of these other guys people don't care about, like a Rico Cardi and whatever. So I got to now make $20 worth of sales to break even on this stuff because I made a mistake. But I didn't want to be that guy to not have, you know. There are other card shops, but I was in a pinch. I was like, I want to get this done. I had a couple of days, like a couple of days before you got to mail it out. I'm like, But I said, you know what? Fine, Sal. I'll come up. I'll buy it off of you. So that's what I did there. That's kind of some of the pitfalls of doing this eBay thing is, sometimes you make a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not the first mistake I've made already, too. We talked about the micro card that the program listed as the base card. They listed it as a micro card, and I had a guy want to buy it. And I said, were you looking for the regular card or the micro? Because it was a mistake in the programming, listed as a micro. And what I'm selling is a base. He goes, oh, I wanted the micro. So I'm like, okay. So I had to run around in my garage, looking all over the place, and I found the box. And I showed this last time when we talked about it. I found the box, the micro card set, and I broke this set to complete that sale. But it is what it is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not that the customer's always right, but I don't want to be wrong either. That was one of my exciting things for my sales day video, and it's in the video. I talk about it, like, oh, I don't know what the card is, la la la. And so now, because the sales were so weak last weekend, I'm like, wow, how short is my video going to be? So I didn't put out a weekend sales video, and I'm adding it to this week. So now this week will be from Friday to Thursday. Later on today, I'm going to compile all the video cuts, and I'm going to edit it down and upload it tonight. And that's it. That's
cool.
eBay sales day video.
You're up. All right, let me go through this last round here. I'll get ready to close up shop after this. All right, so we got Mike Schmidt here. These are throwback cards from the 2024. No, that's 2024. Yeah, 2024. I'm right. I guess I should trust myself sometimes. 35-year anniversary for the throwback style, the 89s, right? You got the Mike Schmidt, Jackie Robinson, Vladimir Guerrero, Chipper Jones, Ozzie Smith, and Wade Boggs. Then we go back to the older style. There's a Winfield. There's a 1-2 punch, Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine. They're both Hall of Famers, right?
Yep.
That's a double. I'll just sort that over there right now so it'll go with my double.
Or you cut it in half and you put one card in each box, right?
Cut it in half. Mike Mussina, Upper Deck. Then we got that Ryan Sandberg, Alan Trammell, Don Russ, Richie Ashburn, Willie McCovey, Trevor Hoffman, 22, Don Russ, Lee Smith, Burt Blyleven, 90, Don Russ, Jack Morris, Wade Boggs throwback, Yogi Berra, Bob Feller, Eddie Murray, got a Mike Mussina, Panini Prism, Derek Jeter says, and he's talking about Dustin Pedroia, Ryan Sandberg, Mariano Rivera, Tony Gwynn, David Ortiz.
So are these supposed to be Hall of Famers, Donald?
Yeah, why did I miss one?
Pedroia is not a Hall of Famer.
No, Pedroia.
Oh, you're doing it for the Jeter part of the card.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. Gotcha. Okay.
Jeter says.
Yep. Jeter says.
There's
He
a
also
little
have a.
slip they did that one year, so anytime I find those, I put them in with my Jeter cards. They did
Okay.
another thing too with Ken Griffey Jr. says.
Junior says.
I don't know if they've done any other players where they've done that.
No.
This was who was this back in the day?
I think originally it was a Lou Gehrig thing.
Yeah, they got it on the back. It's I guess the style of these cards are like from back in the day with Goudet.
Yeah, Gowdy and stuff.
It's a 230 card set, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it was all this insert where it's Jeter says and Griffey says. I think it's part of that set they made that year.
Okay.
Where they're because it's not like the whole set's Jeter says and Griffey says.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Cool.
So I was kind of throwing you off there thinking, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Pedroia, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I know.
You know, I like the Red Sox if you're a Yankee fan.
Kirby Puckett. There's the Johnny Bench Rookie of the Year. That's a small set they had for Johnny Bench there. And then we got Wade Boggs.
Here.
Got the Steve Carlton rainbow foilish there. That's a short print. They had the regular ones too. Willie Stargell Prism. And these are some of the mosaics for the 1980s. Nolan Ryan. Okay. Nope, they're both the same. Sometimes I don't catch it till now when it's like the prism style and stuff. Then we've got the Larry Walker for the 90s. Two of those. Got the Trevor Hoffman gold. All right. 2001 National League save leaders. We've got Trevor Hoffman on here. I added 3 players there, so that's only one Hall of Famer. Here's the Ryan Sandbergs, 1989 Don Russ, Paul Molitor, Ozzie Smith, Kirby Puckett. Then we got a Johnny Bench mini here, star stickers.
Clear stickers.
And we got the Top Stadium Club. We've got the Bob Gibson, famous Ozzie Smith flip, Al Lopez Prism, Topps Chrome Chipper Jones.
52 design.
There's a Sports Flicks Burt Y11. That was kind of neat the way they did those back in the day with that.
Yeah.
Did it for quite a few runs for a few years. Here's another, who's this one again? This is Joe Morgan, sticker card. Bob Lehman, Prism. The Old Ball Game on Markall, Prism. Larry Doby, Whitey Herzog. Oh, there's another mini. Rod Carew. And that Laddie Daddy. Nope, that's Ted Raines. That's Raines.
Rock Raines.
Younger back down. That one. Stan the Man Musial. Lou Brock. There's an Allen and Ginter. Sandy Koufax. Jim Raines. Rock Raines again. Josh Gibson, all-time batting leader. This is 24. Yep. Allen and Ginter, Greg Maddux. Pujols, newer Hall of Famer. Wait, Pujols in the Hall of Fame yet? No, wait.
Yes, I think he is. I think he got voted in. If not, he's going to be voted in next year or something.
I think.
Don't think he's quite ready.
Yeah,
he played a little bit, 1 or 2 more years than Ichiro.
Yeah, he will be.
It's good that they didn't both retire the same year because that allowed them a chance to get 100%, which Ichiro, same guy that didn't vote for Jeter, didn't vote for Ichiro.
I know.
Which is stupid. There's probably something to do racially, because he's a Japanese ball player that is not good, kind of mentality when he was very good.
Right.
He was very good.
Mm-hmm. Right, now we got Stargirl, Brock. There's another Fausto Carmona, Derek Jeter says. And then on the backs of it, you just read it. It says a little blurb what Jeter said about that ball player.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you got the Ted Simmons, Dave Winfield, Ryan Sandberg, Eddie Murray, and finishing off with Goose Gossage.
The Goose.
The Goose. All right.
Yeah, I sent a couple of years back. I sent Goose Gossage a rookie card for him to autograph. He was TTM, and he still does.
Mm-hmm.
And he never sent it back because I didn't include any money.
Oh, he takes money for the.
Yeah, he charges money, and he kept my card. Didn't send my card back, saying, "Hey, send $10 or $20 or whatever it was." It was his rookie card. It was his rookie card.
And he kept it, huh? He's figured, oh, now I got another one of my rookie cards.
Yeah, he's like, oh, good. Next time I go to a card show, I can sell this for $100 or whatever. You know, I'll sign it and sell it for $100. Who knows, right? I never got it back.
Yeah.
So I went online after that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy one. And I bought a rookie card of his, but the signature on it was in pen, and it said Rich Gossage, which is, I'm like, oh, that's great because that's his real name. He signs everything as Goose. This is like an early autograph of his where he signs everything Rich. He wasn't the Goose then.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bernie said Ichiro definitely should have got 100% of the votes. You're right. Yeah. Should Mariano have gotten 100% of the vote? I would never expected 100% for Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
You know, you think people like Griffey Jr. would get it.
Yeah.
Jeter only because he's a very popular player. Not that he was a super duper star, you know. But then you're talking other guys too, like the Manos, guys like that didn't get 100% of the vote either, you know.
Right.
So, you know, Mike Trout, will he get 100% of the vote? I say not.
Probably not.
Even Ohtani, when his time comes, if he's on the base that he's going right now, he may not get 100% of the vote, or Judge.
Right. Well, and you see, you know, some of the players like Griffey didn't get injured too much. I mean, he had injuries, but you see some of these players. Like Trout's had a lot of injuries during his career. So does he got the power? Is he Hall worthy? Yeah, he's Hall worthy. But yeah, should he get 100% of the vote? I don't think so either.
Right now, a lot of guys say, "Oh, he's a cinch for the Hall of Fame." Yeah. He might be a cinch, but he's still got to produce. Well, you know, the bar is 400 home runs.
Right.
You know, Fred McGriff broke that by only like 396. You know, but the bar was 400 home runs minimum. You had to be a member of the 400 home run to be a cinch or 500 home runs. You know.
See, kind of like Cal Ripken Jr. when he had his huge consecutive game streak and stuff. There were many times that he played injured.
Yeah, a lot of
guys. He just grimaced and got through it and healed back up and boom.
Yeah, just don't hit the ball to me, guys.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So let me ask you something before you have to sign off.
Yeah.
What is your do you have like a big seller card that like a player that you sell the most of, or lately you've had a rash of sales? Like I said, my rash of sales this past month was freaking, you know, Bobby Shantz.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like 10 different Bobby Shantz cards, 10 Bobby Shantz cards, not different, but 10 Bobby Shantz cards in a month.
Yeah, not so much for like when I'm doing my eBay. Eventually, once I get like the Hall of Fame, everything sorted and stuff there, what I want to do is go back to when I was doing my sales on
Whatnot.
I was selling Griffeys like crazy. I was selling Ichiros. Now, once I finish my Ichiro collection and see if I can add any more out of this sorting process here. Like I found some Ichiros that I missed the first time because I had a 5,000 count box of Ichiros, Griffies. I had tons of Griffies. I've sold most of my extra duplicate Griffies. I did a lot of it on Whatnot, where I'd go through on a Whatnot sale and I'd have like 500 different Griffey cards, and I'd just go through one card at a time. And then I got to the point where what I was doing on Whatnot was I would, if they placed a bid for the card, I would add another one. And if another bid came in, I just kept adding. So we kept bringing it up. So every once in a while, sometimes I get it up to $50 for a sale. So I'd be selling them. So, and most of it's commons. Most of them commons, but they're all different Griffies. So I'd sell it and get $50, get it bid up to $50, and I'd give them 50 different Griffey cards. So I was making decent money. I'd make sometimes a couple $100 in a sale, which isn't too bad. So once I get things organized again, I can go back to that and then start doing some of these other players like Tony Gwynn. Like the ones I have lots of, I have Tony Gwynn, I have a ton. I got Ricky Henderson, I've got a ton of cards. I've got a lot of players out of the more popular ones, you know, where you get in there and you start sorting through them. I can look into the big batches here. I've got Andre Dawson's a big one. Well, of course, Edgar Martinez. I haven't done an Edgar Martinez, but I still got to finish organizing my Edgar Martinez collection. And then I'm sure I'll have tons of duplicates for Edgar Martinez. Some of the other players, like I've got 3,300 count box and 2 full 5,000 count boxes of Hall of Fame cards to go sort through still.
Now, what about your investment into that, though? Do you feel you've made a legitimate profit doing the Whatnot sales?
On the Whatnot, yeah, because I mean, it's people that are looking for cards like that to maybe they're a Griffey collector or a Cal Ripken collector. Cal Ripken didn't sell as much until I did it that style where every time I place a bid, I'll give you another Cal Ripken card.
So now when the people would put in a bid, the timer would reset to what?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, the timer on that would reset. You could, there's different ways you can set your auctions even on Whatnot. You can do what they call sudden death, where you got the 10-second mark, and once that 10 seconds is up, boom, whatever it sells for. Those people that do that will get like the higher end cards, and they'll try and run sales like that. And it'll get people to try and bid faster on it and stuff. So, but when you do it sudden death, it doesn't add time to the clock. Once those 10 seconds or what you could set it, you could do a 20-second sudden death. Where once that 20 seconds is up, whatever the bid's at, that's what you sold the card for.
Okay.
So, and you can leave it open where there's no time, but every time a bid is placed, more time gets added onto the clock. And that's where I would get some of those sales. Like I think one time I had one of my Griffey sales. They got over 100 cards.
Wow.
And then, but the thing I did as a bonus there is once those auctions get to a certain point, the increase isn't like $1 at a time. It'll jump to $3 jumps and then $4 jumps. But if $120 came in, I gave them 120 different cards.
Now, what about the shipping on that? Because there's a set rate, right? Like $5 to ship a card. If you buy one card,
but on Whatnot, you don't pay the shipping; they pay the shipping.
So no matter what it is, if it's 120 cards, you're filling up one of those little 4x4 boxes, and that's got to weigh a lot, right?
Yeah, but that's all factored in through Whatnot.
Let me ask you, how's that factored in? So I got a box here, and I'm going to put a stack of cards in here.
Yeah.
So there we go. I got a stack of cards in this box. It's not quite full,
right.
But there's over 100. There's over 100 cards. And this is what I would ship it in, right? Yeah. And just put a little padding in there to keep it from slopping around now.
Oh yeah, and that's what I done. Put them in team bags maybe or whatever, but pad it. Yeah. But no. See, because when you set up your sales and what some people, it just depends on the person. Some people, what they do is they'll only charge them what it's going to cost for shipping, because once you so that's why they prefer you on Whatnot. You have to ship the next day.
Right.
Because, and the reason you do that, if you can do it right after your sale and get it ready so it's ready to be picked up by the post office like I do, what happens there then is you go in and you got the auction set up for 1 card, 1 ounce. Okay. But you're going to go by actual weight. Some people will just go whatever it says, but then I don't like overcharging people for postage.
Right.
So what I'll do is, yeah, if you sold 100 cards, Whatnot's going to say, okay, this was 100 ounces, whatever, a couple pounds or whatever, right?
Right.
When you actually weigh the box, you can adjust that before because they don't get charged until you get the package ready to ship it.
Okay.
And then once you're in your back office on Whatnot, you can adjust to the actual weight of the box and how much it's going to cost for you to ship it.
Yeah, because I got this box right here now, and
but you don't personally have to pay the shipping. The buyer is going to be paying the shipping. It's going to be included in their bill. And
okay,
Whatnot, once they buy a card, the sale's automatically registered as sold.
Right.
And then the only thing is with the shipping, that can be adjusted. So say Whatnot comes and you got 100 cards there. Okay, that's 100 ounces as far as Whatnot's saying. So whatever 100 ounces divided by 16 is how many pounds, right? That package don't weigh like 12 pounds.
Right. This isn't.
It's only going to weigh like maybe
10 ounces for this box. 10 ounces for all these cards plus the box.
Right. So with that, you're going to be paying about $4 something or whatever for postage, maybe for your Ground Advantage.
Okay.
So yeah, and then the big timers, probably like Jabs and stuff like that, when he does his big sales, chasing cardboard. When he does his sales and stuff, they do have options where, because you're buying large amounts of stuff, where they'll like include shipping, or they'll tell you it's free shipping. But those are the big time sellers that are making buco bucks for it, because Whatnot gets a percentage. But it's not as bad. And what they'll do is every once in a while during holidays and stuff, they'll discount the percentage that they take from you, which is kind of nice sometimes. And that encourages you to do an extra sale during that discount period, so they can try and make more sales and get more money themselves.
What about eBay live sales? Have you been contacted by eBay yet to do any of that?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I've been on eBay for forever. I mean, I made a sale today, and it was a VHS video movie. I think it was the African Queen. It's just a movie I got in my boxes, and I got them on sale. I mean, I don't make hardly anything. I might make $1 off of it, because I think this one sold for $5.55, but it cost me like almost $4 to send it media mail. And depending on the weight, sometimes I'll either go media mail or Ground Advantage. Just depends. Ground Advantage is more better for like a DVD where it's really light. VHS tape weighs a little bit more. Usually it ends up being about a pound or more.
Okay.
Because of the videotape weight. So, but yeah, just depends. But I do all my plain white envelope, like we explained last week and stuff.
Right.
All those I just have them take that 69 cents or 60, whatever it is, 69 cents. Yeah, I just have them take it out of my eBay funds, because they'll keep that there. I have mine set up where every week they just make a deposit into my bank account.
Oh, I changed mine to monthly.
I've almost thought about doing that, because I don't really need that. $2 here, $2 there, but
right, it was like, we gave you $18. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
When sales are slow, just give it to me at the end of the month, and it's a couple $100.
Yeah, and anything other than that, if I make a sale on eBay, I use my stamps.com stamp account.
Okay.
I've done that for all kinds of other things, and I do my Patreons, but I'm slowly, probably this year, I'm going to end my Patreon, because I only got like 3 people that are doing it right now.
Right.
And I don't even use the Patreon app anymore. I just tell them, just send it to me in PayPal. Because I don't even follow my Patreon thing anymore.
Okay.
Should close it down, but I can't even log into my account. They made changes, and I'm like, I'm not worried about it anymore.
Yeah, they're not charging you for it, so.
Yeah. There's no money going into it now. So the only thing it does get used for, and they just bill me, is I'm like, I think on Jabs, I'm just a channel member. I'm not in any of his Patreon stuff, but it's just where I've got longevity with him, let's say.
Okay.
He says, I think you're my longest channel membership person. I'm like, okay, whatever. But it gives you that once a month, you get that free chat saying your channel membership anniversary.
Oh, okay.
For how many
So,
months.
right.
But
Um,
he'll shout me
yeah.
out and tell people to come check out my channel, saying I do a live. I used to do it 5 days a week, but now it's only once a week for now.
right, until things settle down in your household and stuff.
Yeah. That Steve Griffith said, I went to your store yesterday and found some cards I'm interested in.
Oh, which ones?
There you go.
Which ones there, Steve? Thanks for going to my store, by the way. Don't forget, Donald has a store too. So.
Oh, he knows I have a store. I've talked to him before.
Okay.
He
Yeah, I
buys
don't know
stuff
if you actually ordered anything. Right now, I have 2 orders sitting there, but it's Michael Hale and Christopher Craig.
Mm.
The other ones are mailed out. This is now after my mail day, and so the mail's not moving for me. So I don't rush to get them out until the morning now.
He likes the older Brave cards.
Older Braves cards. You have to tell me what years and all that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like a lot of the older ones, I used to throw those cards away, and I'm surprised that so many people are buying the creased cards. I would never, I didn't want to be that guy. I told several people, I don't want to be that
Right.
guy who sells creased cards, and yet everybody's buying these creased cards. It's amazing that.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't sell it for a lot. So look, it's a 1965 or 64 or 63,
Right.
early 60s tops, mid 60s, late 60s tops. But if it's got a crease in it, it's $1.69. I don't want it. You got to go. I was throwing them cards away for years. I'd be like this. I'd be sorting, creased,
Yeah.
creased.
I think
Creased.
probably what it might be for some of the people too, because it's so hard to find those cards.
Could be filler
So
cards.
they
I get it.
have it so they can try and fill a spot in a set they're trying to build until they can find something nicer, probably.
I hear you.
Just going with what they can get, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I don't feel bad about it anymore because the bulk of my money is on creased cards, believe it or not. I made like over $1,000 last month alone on sales, and a good chunk of that was creased cards. You're looking, I have creased card sales all the time. I got probably one sitting there right now that says creased.
Mm-hmm.
And non-sports, I'm selling a lot of non-sports stuff too.
Right.
But I don't sell things like DVDs or anything like books or anything like you do. Mine is strictly cards. I got way too many.
Yeah.
And
see, I've been selling on eBay since like the late 90s.
Steve's like, he's like that. He says, if I don't have it, I want it. I hear you.
If I don't have it, I want it.
I'm a collector too, Steve, and
Mm-hmm.
I've got binders filled with cards.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna try to do every year, but you know what? I can't afford a 52 man. I can't afford a 51 Bowman man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working from my birth year forward, which is 1959. And Donald, that's still $10,000 worth of Mickey Mantle cards.
Oh,
on
I
59
know.
going forward in the grade I want. I want a grade 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I want a decent grade card. That's thousands of dollars right there. That's 10 grand. Will I ever get there? I don't know. I may end up with a creased card too. A creased Mickey Mantle card because
you're doing better than me, Mickey. I only go back to the early 80s. I think I've got 81's my oldest complete set. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't anything older than that. I don't really have.
You need to set like an 80. You can't go 81. You got to go 1980. I know the Ricky Henderson's a little pricey card, but
Somebody in the channel was trying to work on an 80 set for me, but then he kind of quit cards.
Ah,
So that went away. You remember Bibby back in the day, Bipster? And he
yeah.
had changed his names and stuff. Yeah, he was working on a set for me, and then I think when he got rid of everything and sold everything, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get that 80 set now. But maybe
Yeah.
I'll work on one. Who knows? Down the road.
I bought one a couple years back now, 4 or 5 years ago, and I still paid like $135, and the Henderson card was off center. You know.
Oh, there you go. Steve says he goes back to 78.
Okay, 78. I got a shoot load of 79s in my store. Several thousand. I got two 3,200 count boxes of 79 Topps cards that I put in my store.
Man, you must have a ton of stuff in your store now.
I'm getting there. I've got over 7,000 separate listings and 12,000, almost 13,000 cards total because of the bulk listings. So I'm going to hit the 9,000 mark soon, probably the end of this month. And then I have to decide if I want to make my store bigger and just go for the 60,000. But that's like $300 a month for a store, you know, it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to get that involved in it, you know. It's nice the way it is, and I want to be a big seller. I want to sell off all this stuff that I got, Donald. Got so much junk, you know. Sorting cards now. I'm selling most of my collection, just keeping what people sent me. Okay. Chuck Nasty Sports.
Yeah. He's always changing his name. I think he's got a couple of them he uses sometimes.
So, yeah, it's like, you know. What time you got to go to your friend's house?
Oh, it's our niece and her husband and that's our adopted grandchild.
Okay.
We get to have fun with him a little bit, but she's bringing him dinner because her mom's coming back from the Philippines tomorrow night.
Okay. Coming back.
Pick her up at the airport in Seattle.
And so she went back home to visit.
Yeah, she does. Her mom still has a house in the Philippines. She has somebody watch it when she's not there. So.
Okay. So I watch some of these guys, these expats they're living in the Philippines, and how they talk about their stuff and how they can't own any property and everything has to be in their wife's name and they have no real rights there. I'm like, to me, I'm like, how can you live in a country like that where you have no real rights?
Yeah.
You know, you're spending all this money and anyone can just say something about you and you're done. You're cooked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your wife can get mad at you and call the cops and you're done. And then I've seen expats that say, hey, listen, I lived 6 months in the Philippines. And I go back to the States for 6 months. And me and my wife, we bounce back and forth.
Yeah. True.
Brandon the Goat gave me the nickname after Charlie Blackman. I liked it, so I had to run with it. There you go.
All right.
All right, Donald.
Wrap up for today. We've been on for 2 hours here. I think that's a good
2 hours. 2 hours and 5 minutes. Yeah. Yep. So you should get a lot of good, nice view time out of that, hopefully, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my channel's been getting some viewership now that I'm back at least on something each week. So
yeah, and again, some guys are gonna like the conversations about eBay and stuff like that and card sales. Have you ever seen the dollar box cards? He does that stuff. He has, he does it live every Wednesday night. He's in like Wisconsin, so it's like 9 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock his time, something like that. And he just sits there and talks for 2 hours. And then after that, he takes questions from the audience, answers questions. A lot of people have questions about eBay and stuff like that or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
So it just, he's more focused on selling cards, though, than anything else YouTube related. But he does want to get to doing the eBay, like live auction stuff. All right.
Is that the
Sounds
way it
good to
works?
me, Donald.
They usually reach out to the eBay people to see if you want to do it, or can you request?
You can go on and request, like ask,
Yeah.
inquire about it, I think, but
Mhm.
they're not right now. They're not taking a lot of people. You got to have longevity with
Mhm.
eBay. I think number one, be a
Mhm.
top rated seller.
Right.
You know, and maybe they may want to see a video of you doing auctions and stuff like that. Show your style and show how your audiences are. You know what I mean, like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you post it on your YouTube, then you can just give them the link to your YouTube. Say, yeah, this is my whatnot. Boom, boom. Since you've done whatnot, I've only done little auctions on my YouTube. You know, back in years ago when I was doing some little auctions and stuff like that.
Right.
So, but
Because
anyway,
I've seen like the one guy from CompC.
ComC, okay.
Yeah, that's the local company here that does a lot of the, what do you call that?
Yeah, they're big. They're big.
Yeah, but they're right here in Seattle, Bellevue, or Kirkland, or somewhere in there. That's where their big headquarters is and stuff. And I'm like, really? But I've watched this guy, and he's like, I don't know. I guess he probably offered to the company, yeah, I could sell stuff online. I'm like, sometimes I think he's like, what did he say that was? And I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know how much he knows about cards.
yeah. Well,
I'm trying to see what he can get and see if he can get auctions going and stuff. Like
maybe he's a family friend of the ComC people. You know what I mean?
probably part
A
of the
long-term
family,
employee
part of
there.
the
And they're
whole,
like, yeah.
the whole organization, and said, "Oh, let's do eBay online because we do so much through eBay." Oh, they do. I've bought stuff from them before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have too. Who hasn't bought from ComC? You know?
The only thing I don't like is they have like you have to have a minimum. I'm like, what? Suppose I just want one card.
Yeah. I know.
I want that card. Why do I got to buy some more just to buy that card?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of. I have a coupon on my store, like I'm sure you do too.
Yeah,
Buy 3 get 1 free. You know, and you'd be surprised how many people can take advantage of that fourth card. They'll buy 3 and they won't even pick a 4th card.
yeah, I know.
It's right there. It's free.
Go save money. But they're probably like my mentality. I just want these 3.
Yep. I hear you. I hear you. All right, Donald, I'm going to let you go.
All right, Maggie.
Have a
You
great
take
rest of
care.
your weekend.
We'll see you next week. Hopefully, I'll still shoot for 2 unless my wife changes it again. I'll try and give you a heads up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Later.
Everybody take care. Bye now. So this is Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame Collectibles and more. I haven't been live with me and Mickey. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and we will see you all again next week. Till then, y'all have a great and wonderful week, and we will see you next Thursday. All right. Bye for now.